Here's an all-green AM2 4-car train arriving at Fenchurch Street. These high-density EMUs, latterly Class 302, brought thousands of commuters into the City of London on weekdays, from stations out to Southend and Shoebury-Ness. Remember how people would alight from the trains while they were still moving. Of course, slam doors like this are now mainline history. Here's a very rare shot of a latter-day Class 309 arriving at Liverpool Street in original maroon. Very few multiple units were ever painted in this colour. A frieze to show the front of a more familiar sliding door train at Liverpool Street. Class 306, a 3-car Shenfield set, originally of 1500 volts DC, but converted to 25 kilovolt AC. Back to electrics and 4 run-bys on the Eastern, showing classes 306 and 309 near Romford. Notice that the long-distance 309s had buffet cars in their 10 or 12 coach formations. An original green liveried 25 kilovolt Class 304. Here's an atmospheric scene filmed at Crewe in 1963. A clearly identifiable Class 304 arrives from Manchester alongside a rake of maroon coaches being propelled into platform 3A. Later the same day, an EMU arrives in 3A.
He said that there's not much chance of it showing.
The unmistakable concrete construction of Birmingham New Street. Here we can see Mark 1s heading off towards the north, while a local Class 304 arrives. A Class 310 commuter train arrives at Euston alongside a train of Mark 1 sleepers. The 310s were built for local services out of Euston in the late 60s, but were replaced by Class 321s 20 years later, being cascaded onto Great Eastern lines. However, they ended their life on the London, Tilbury and Southend, being withdrawn in 2001. Now to Oxford Road, Manchester, and another 304 arrival and departure. Oxford Road still saw DMUs when these shots were taken in 1970, such as this Class 104 set arriving from Buxton. In one of our Steam on 35mm productions, we found a shot taken at Glasgow's Charing Cross station in 1961. Here's another taken at the same time of a blue train. On the approach to Glasgow Central, and in the late 60s, the 303s now sport all over yellow ends. We've already seen how blue was deemed to be the up-and-coming colour of the modernisation programme. The very first stock to be so coloured was in Glasgow. So rare was the colour at the time that these were nicknamed the Blue Trains. The blue colours varied considerably between units, which later would have become the Class 303s. This is Springburn. A few years down the line, the blue trains ended up like all the rest with yellow warning panels. This is the unmistakable approach to Glasgow Central in 1973. At the time, the very state-of-the-art locomotives were the brand new Class 87s with their 110 mile-an-hour capability. Here with a mixed rake of Mark II and the latest Mark IIB coaches, distinguished by their lack of opening quarter lights. The inclusion of the Mark I buffet car would have limited this train to a top speed of 100.